Today is day one of our road trip all around the United States. Not quite all around, just to like 3 or 4 different states. Say hi to Fish. So we are just about to go do some grocery shopping before the adventure starts.
So Fish and I are currently in the grocery store here in the United States of America. Let's have a look at some of these prices. So we've got $1.49 for a jicama. Are we gonna have any jicamas? No?
What is that?
A jicama.
I don't even know what that is.
So we not quite sure what a jicama is. So altogether came to $86, which I think isn't too bad to be fair, for all this food there. But now it's time to get started on the road trip. So let's go.
So after about 3 hours of driving, we have arrived in Joshua Tree, which I didn't know it, but Joshua Tree is actually the name of all of these trees here. So the Joshua Tree trees are pretty cool. They're kind of like cactus trees is the only way I can describe them, because they're actually quite hairy, and then the branches themselves are pretty prickly. So I've got my little coffee right here to watch the sunset here in Joshua Tree. It's our first night, and after about 3.5 hours of driving, we finally arrived at the campsite, which is actually about 30 minutes away from where we're parked at the moment, which is I think Sunset Point, but I'll confirm that later on in the video. Look at this. I mean, the landscape is just absolutely incredible. You don't actually see many of the Joshua trees, but I reckon we're going to see a load of those. Just so beautiful. I actually can't wait to explore more of this country, because I mean, I've heard so much about all of the natural landscapes, and it seems pretty incredible. So today,
The water is very low.
day one, and apparently the water is very low. I've just woken up. Fish is making breakfast. There's our view over there. Today we are going to go on a 2 to 3 hour hike around, more like a walk I suppose, if it's only 2 to 3 hours, around Joshua Tree, because then we have to head off to Sequoia, which is going to be really action packed for the next couple of days. It's going to be a lot of driving, but it'll all be worth it. I hope you agree. So our 2 to 3 hour hike / walk ended up being more of a 10-minute walk, because poor Fish, my friend, twisted her ankle pretty much straight away after breakfast. So we decided to just head straight to Sequoia, and by the time we arrived there, it was kind of late and her foot was still really sore. So we decided to just hunker down, go to our campsite and watch a little movie. So yesterday didn't go quite to plan. Fish twisted her ankle a couple of minutes in, and it was kind of bad, to be fair. So we just turned straight back around and drove to Sequoia. So we didn't go the entire way because we were kind of tired, so we went most of the way. We still have about an hour and a half to go. Today it's actually really misty, so I hope it doesn't stay like this. This is our campsite for the day, which is actually quite nice, and it only cost $20, which I'm a bit surprised by, because the last one that we went to was like 45 or something, and I think this one is a lot nicer. Maybe it's because of the fact that it's an hour and a half away from the national park, whereas the last one that we stayed at was maybe about 20 minutes away from Joshua Tree. I definitely think I'm going to need to go back to Joshua Tree, and we'll see how Fish's ankle is today in terms of getting around Sequoia. Apparently they have wheelchair access, so that could be something that we could look into. Yeah, hopefully it kind of heals up in the next couple of days and we can get straight back onto having our hiking, trekking, American wilderness adventure. So I'm driving through these roads and I find all of these orange trees. They say hi to Seth and Mo, and it just goes on and on and on. We've been driving for literally like an hour. These orange trees just never end, and there's so many oranges like all littered kind of across the ground, and yeah, it's just really cool. It just goes on and on and on, seemingly forever. I kind of want to walk through, but we're already in a bit of a rush, so So we're gonna have to go, but I'll see you at the next place. So when you're entering any national park, you have to pay. You can pay about $30, I think it is, for like a one-day pass, or you can pay $80 for a yearly pass. So that's what we have done. And there's, I don't know if you can see all of this, there's a whole bunch of cars, and then there's the guys there. And yeah, so here's Fish, gonna go talk to this lady right
Hi,
now.
how are you? So we have the pass. Right. Thank you.
Map and guide.
Thank you.
Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a good one.
Oh. So, yeah, it was nice and easy. And off we go into Sequoia! Woo! Let's go! So in Sequoia National Park, I think, I mean, it's not like you can really tell, it is absolutely insane at the moment. I'm kind of thinking we could end up getting really cool footage, but I mean, I can barely see my own hand. And the further the weeds just go up and up and up, the worse it's getting. Thankfully, I've got a red car in front of me that I'm kind of using as my guidance. But this is the first time in a couple of years that I've driven a vehicle that's this big. And to be driving it on this road with this mist, oh, look, see, there's a car right there. Just didn't see that until the last second. But that's okay. So if there are no further clips, then you know what. But hopefully, we're gonna go see the big trees of Sequoia, which I will show you very shortly. Okay, so I'm in a bit of a rush because Fish has continued along the pathway. But I just wanted to show you this incredible view. Look at this so far. Now, I know you might be thinking, Sean, what are you talking about? It's not incredible. It's misty. But isn't that what makes it incredible? I mean, it's like something out of Twilight. It's just beautiful. So I'm going to take a little picture with Mo the Moose and Seth the Sloth. But I don't really want to like die, and I probably shouldn't be filming this while I'm like trying to zoom down here. But I'm doing this collage, which you can go see on Instagram, or I don't know if collage is the right word, but a video thing with Mo and with Seth, where it's just them sitting in a bunch of different really cool spots like this, but it's all around kind of the road trip that I'm doing. And I'm sniffling quite a lot, aren't I? But yes, anyway, I'm going to take this video and then I'm going to run back because otherwise I'm going to lose Fish. Ta-da! Alright, have a look at this. There she is. I mean, she's an absolute trooper, to be fair. The fact that she's just absolutely done her ankle and is still just doing her absolute best and hasn't complained once, hasn't said that, you know, she doesn't want to continue. She's like, no, I don't want to ruin the trip for you. Yeah, what an absolute trooper. I feel very honoured to be travelling with someone who is as capable and as determined to see everything as I am. And I think that all it means is that we are just gonna continue to explore, and you know, maybe we'll do things slightly differently than originally planned. But I can guarantee you that by the end of this video, two things I'll guarantee you. One, you'll have followed me on YouTube, and secondly, you'll be like, wow, how on earth did they manage to do all of that with someone who snapped their ankle on the first day? So say hi to the ultimate trooper, Fish. Hey Fish, how we doing?
Good, you're making progress.
Ni hao, what that means is show you, and we are both you.
Yeah.
Okay, look at how epic this is. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm upside down now for you guys. I hope not. But this is so cool. The mist just makes the whole place incredible. It's such a beautiful... And look at these trees. I mean, the size of them. Okay, what? Here's my hand.
Wow. Wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Our Sequoia adventure has come to an end. Well, not quite an end yet, because I still need to navigate my way out of here, which is kind of difficult, seeing as I cannot see anything. Literally, there's cars like driving past me. I see them when they're like there, you know? It's pretty quick. Like, look at that. Like, I don't even know where the road's going. Okay, well, actually, this bit's kind of clear. But there, look over there. See, it's like... Okay, of course, it just suddenly ends up being clear when... There, see? Like, you just didn't even see that, did you? I bet you didn't. I bet you didn't. And if you did, then well done. And if you didn't, give me a follow, because, you know, I've got no followers on my YouTube, so I need it. Like, look at this. I actually can't see anything. Why does it keep clearing up when we start our YouTube videos?
So we have arrived at the Yosemite campsite. We arrived pretty late last night, so didn't take any videos. It was pitch black. We were trying to navigate through these like tiny little roads in the dark, having to reverse and do a whole bunch of stuff. But it was fine. And then it rained so much last night. I was expecting the USA to be really hot, and this is the only jumper I have because I gave Fish my other jumper. So I'm literally just gonna have to wear the exact same outfit again. I mean, it is very pretty and aesthetic, as you can see, but yeah, very wet. So I am at Yosemite, or the first stop anyway, and look at this. I mean, it's quite nice, but at the same time it is very foggy and misty. Say hi to Fish. And then there's a waterfall just over this way. I was a little bit nervous driving down the roads because it was so snowy at parts. But I mean, there's a massive bus there. So if the bus can make it, then, you know, I think anyone can, to be honest. Wow, that is loud. Now look at this. Ta-da! Look at that. So cool. This whole area. It is quite beautiful. But it's also freezing. So I'm getting out of here. I'm not used to the cold. I travel in the heat most of the time these days. I'm dying here. My fingers are like freezing. Welcome to Yosemite. We have arrived. Look at this place. It's so cool. It's crazy foggy though. Like if you look all around, it's literally just fog. Can't see pretty much anything apart from the waterfall itself. So despite Yosemite being extremely beautiful, we have decided not to go on to the glacier point because, well, I mean, look, it's kind of just foggy everywhere. So I reckon if we do drive for another hour or hour and a half to get to the glacier point, we're just not going to be able to see anything. And we were supposed to stay in Yosemite tonight, but because it's so just foggy and wet and rainy, we've decided to go to Vegas instead. So I'm not sure if I'm going to make it all the way to Vegas because I think it's like a 7-hour drive from here, but I'm going to get as far as I can and then maybe spend the day in Vegas tomorrow before then going to Utah to meet up with 2 of my friends, and after that continuing on to Zion and Bryce, and probably already mentioned all of this, but yeah, that is the little update. So despite it actually being a 10-hour drive to Vegas, I did all of it in one go, but we arrived super late at night and all the hotels were like $300. So we decided to just sleep in a Walmart instead, got up nice and early the next morning. I did have a shower in the Walmart car park using the back of the van, but I'm not going to show you that. Instead, I'm just going to cut straight to the part where we check in to go to our hotel. I have arrived in Las Vegas. Look at this place. This is crazy. There's the casino floor down there. I'm not sure if I've ever even been in a casino before, so this is kind of wild for me. Oh my god, look at this. Look at all the slot machines. So I've decided that I'm definitely going to place a few bets later on. I'm trying to decide between whether I'm going to spend $100 or 150. But I need to decide before I start gambling, because otherwise I'm just going to be chasing my losses, like probably a lot of people here. So the hotel that we stayed at was called Luxor, and the entire theme of the hotel and the casino was about the ancient Egyptians. So the actual hotel itself was built in the shape of a pyramid, which was so cool. But because I've never been in a casino before, I didn't really know exactly what to expect. I kind of just thought that it was going to be a normal hotel with a bunch of slot machines, but no, the entire thing was just decked out with a whole bunch of different lights. You can see here that there was a Titanic theme, then right beside it there's an ancient Egyptian theme, then there was a burlesque theme. There were just all these different themes. And then as you're walking outside on the road, there was just constant entertainment. Every 10 seconds, there's a different person coming up to you. There's all these different street performers, and they're all trying to get your money. Some of them definitely deserved it. Like these guys, they were absolutely incredible. They were just so engaging, so fun, and look at what they're about to do right here.
Take a real good look at us. Me and my brothers. We're out here doing something positive, not negative. That's not too common for where we come from. We're not gangbanging. We're not selling drugs. What? Did you say not anymore? Too much time in New York City.
So after walking around the streets for a while and thoroughly enjoying watching all of the entertainers, we went into Caesar's Palace. I've seen this place in so many movies and just heard so much about it, so I thought that I had to go see for it for myself. And it definitely did not disappoint. The entrance was incredible, but then there was this elevator down to what was kind of can only be described as a shopping centre. But not any normal shopping centre. It had Moncler, Gucci, Versace. I'm not that big on brands, but any brand that you can think of was inside this shopping centre, which is inside a hotel/casino. It was wild, to be honest.
All right, guys, I know you're all going to be very disappointed with me because I kind of just went dark there for a couple of days. To be honest, I was doing something that I can't tell you yet, but I'll tell you in a couple of months. And I was just having such an amazing time doing it. It was with people that I met while doing a secret project, which is why I can't tell you who the people are or what the project was. But basically, I was going all around Utah. I even flew a plane for the first time in my entire life. I've never even been in one of those little planes before, and I flew it. I literally, I took off. He let me take off, and then I was flying around for like an hour and a half. He touched the controls maybe, 4 times, and then he did land, which, it's fair enough. I was like, that's a bit too much for me to do my very first time. And then I went in this racer car as well, and I don't know, I was just having such an amazing time that I completely forgot to take any videos in landscape mode for my YouTube. So just bear with me. I might put up some short clips. They're probably going to be really bad quality, but at least you'll get an idea. And now I am currently in Zion. Let me just focus that so you can see the sky. Oh, yes, I just realized that the sky is actually grey now, not blue. I'm about 3 hours deep, and it is about 3 o'clock, which means I should probably start turning back, heading back out and around soon enough. I've just been having such an incredible time, and I've come so deep now that there's pretty much no one here. At the beginning there were so many people, but now I kind of have the whole place to myself. Another thing though is that these clouds are looking a little bit dark, and I mean, what with me being in a canyon, the last thing I want is for it to start raining. I don't think there's any risk of anything like that happening, well, like deep rain where I'd be in trouble, but at the same time I do think I'm just getting tired, It's like 2.5 hours of walking around, and I got myself a stick, which has been very helpful, but I originally came in through the canyon without this entire getup, and it was freezing cold. So I had to go all the way back
So I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I only got to actually start this hike at like 1 o'clock because I had to go back, which took me a couple of hours. But I'll cut this for now, and then I'll show you a bit of stuff later on. So unfortunately, about 2 minutes after taking that video, I fell in the water, so I didn't want to be taking out my phone because my entire outfit was sopping wet. But this is a little video of the bus ride back from the Narrows in Zion back to the campsite where we had parked the car. We pretty much headed straight on again after that. Well, we did sleep in Walmart actually that night, but then we headed straight to Moab, and I had to stop at this place on the way. It was just so beautiful.
Oh my God.
I feel like this entire road trip, I just keep saying the words beautiful and incredible and all of these slightly inflammatory like words, but there's no other way to describe it. It's indescribable. So I just noticed something really cool. I'm a bit of a movie fanatic, but look at that and tell me that that doesn't look like some sort of doorway. Look at it. It even seems to have like a little like a handle. It just looks exactly like an archway or a doorway. Maybe it's the entrance to a secret kingdom. Maybe that's where the dwarf lords have hidden all of their gold. You just need Gandalf to go dum, and then there'll be a dragon inside the mountain. Yes, it's pretty obvious what I'm talking about, but it does. Look at it; it's so cool. I mean, this whole place is just absolutely beautiful. Like, have a look around. Look at this road, just so incredibly scenic. There's our beautiful girl. Yeah, so yesterday after I finished my hike, actually just after filming I fell into the water, which is kind of funny. So then I was sopping wet, my whole like outfit filled up with water, and I kept and then I went in the wrong direction. Yeah, so it was like a whole big mess, but it was so nice to actually just be able to go on a hike, be able to walk around. Now we are headed through Utah to see some more beautiful sights, and we're going to go do like a really cool photo shoot as well today, so I'll show you a couple of pictures from that. In Moab, we did a little bit of bungee jumping and stayed at a couple of places that were really beautiful. And then we went on to Hanksville, where there's a place called Moon Landing. And this, I wish that I had filmed something in landscape, so it's probably going to be a little bit fuzzy because this is a portrait shot. But, yeah, I felt like it completely makes sense why it's called Moon Landing. It doesn't feel like it's this Earth. And if you are in Utah, I mean, you just have to go to this place. It is off-road, so I'm going to say if you don't have a 4x4, you're going to have to drive quite slowly, and it can take a bit of time to get there, but it's definitely worth it. And then right after this, we headed to the Goblins. So I'm in Goblins Valley. Every now and again, you arrive at a place where you kind of just can't believe what your eyes are seeing. It's a little bit out of this world, to be honest. Breathtaking, but just so. So, look at this place. I mean, having the sun setting while I'm here, looking at all of this, definitely offers an added layer. This unique experience. There's fish all the way over there. Look at this place. Look at these structures. I'm just wondering how these came about. It's incredibly unique. It's different to anything else I've seen. What is that? It's gonna be a nice one this evening. I realised I forgot to add the bungee jumping video earlier, so here it is. Me being me, I told the guy that I wanted to do a flip, and he just literally said, okay, all you gotta do is like put your left hand out so that the wires don't get caught, and here we go, jumping head first into this massive canyon. And it was actually the best decision ever, because jumping head first meant that I was literally just upside down, staring straight down, looking at all of this empty space below me, and it was like something out of a dream, not a nightmare. It was an amazing feeling. I loved it. And even just hanging there, I just didn't want to leave. I just enjoyed being in that canyon. It was so amazing. And then we headed on, as we do. We drove to the grand staircase, but on the way we saw a sign for petroglyphs, and obviously, us being us, we decided to stop and have a little look. It always fascinates me when I see these ancient carvings, especially these ones, because it's a bit of a hike to get up there. So I always wondered, like, did they have a building or a shrine or a temple that they had built up on the mountainside before that has just been destroyed now, or was the water level higher and maybe that was ground level for them? It's always something that really baffles me and makes me quite curious. Run? You just go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But then you gotta go 3 sometimes, you know? And you just go. You just run. And that, for anyone asking how you run on a train track, is how you run on a train track. Pretty windy. I keep forgetting to film, so there's a beautiful view from up there. But Fish, how beautiful was the view over there?
It was extraordinary.
I guess you're just gonna have to watch my next America vlog so you can see, because I have a feeling that I ain't done with this country yet. There's so much more to see, so I'm gonna have to come back. Yeah. So this wasn't actually our last day of the road trip. Our last day was when we went to Monument Valley, but the weather was just so bad that honestly, I didn't even think it was worth taking any videos. So I'm just going to wave and say thank you for watching this entire video. I am very new to YouTube. I haven't made a video for over a year now, and I probably could have done it a little better, but I hope that you enjoyed. And yeah, subscribe and tell me what I could have done better.